Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to talk about Genesis 2, verse 1. Thus the heavens and the earth were completed, and all their hosts. This verse marks a pivotal transition from the active phase of creation to the completion and sanctification of existence. The Zohar teaches that this verse is not just a summary, it is the spiritual culmination of the entire creative process. Here, the upper and lower worlds, the visible and invisible forces, are said to be completed, meaning they now stand in perfect structure and readiness to receive the Shekinah, which is the divine presence, in the seventh day. The first phrase, we have, thus the heavens and the earth were completed. This is the unification of duality. The Zohar interprets heavens and earth as representing two polar forces. First, we have Shamayim, which is heavens, represents masculine, spiritual, transcendent energies, like the Tiferet and Zeir Anpin. Second, we have Aretz, which is the earth, represents feminine, receptive vessel, grounded realm, as in Malkuth. Their completion means their union is now harmonized. When the upper waters and lower waters are aligned, all worlds rest in harmony. This reflects the mystical ideal of Yihud, in English, union, the marriage between the divine giver and receiver, forming a stable reality. The next phrase we have, were completed. This is the mystery of Kalah, in English, bride. The Hebrew word Vayehulu, which means were completed, is tied by the Zohar to Kalah, which is bride. The act of completion on the sixth day is likened to a marriage between Zeir Anpin, which is the divine groom, and Malkuth, the divine bride. This prepares for Sabbath, the consummation and inner union of the divine presence with the world. The Zohar declares, Vayehulu is the moment the king and queen unite. The worlds are perfected for the arrival of the Sabbath bride. The next phrase we have, all their hosts. This is celestial legions. The phrase, and all their hosts, refers to the multitudes of beings created, not just animals and people, but angels, soul roots, celestial forces, starry configurations, and divine messengers, each with a precise function. The Zohar teaches that every star, soul, and being was fashioned with divine intention and now takes its appointed place in the spiritual order. Zevaam is also related to Zava, which is army, a sign that the universe is now a divinely ordered system, a cosmic army of light, all aligned under the divine plan. The hidden teaching behind this verse is the soul's journey mirrors creation's completion. The Zohar sees in this verse a map of the individual soul. Just as the world was created in stages, so the soul descends through stages, from the infinite into the finite. Vayehulu marks when the soul's structure is complete, ready for its mission in the physical world. Likewise, Shabbat represents the soul's return to its source. The Zoharic insight behind this verse is the world as a temple. With this verse, creation is finished because it is now a dwelling place for the divine presence. The heavens and earth are not just realms, they are now a spiritual sanctuary, ready for Shabbat to infuse it with supernal light. This mirrors the future Mishkan, in English tabernacle, which was also completed and then filled with the Shekinah. So too, the world becomes a cosmic Mishkan, a vessel to receive the bride of Shabbat, the presence of holiness. Genesis 2 verse 1, in the vision of the Zohar, marks the cosmic completion of creation, a moment when heaven and earth, giver and receiver, spirit and form, reach harmonious union. The word Vayehulu, which means were completed, is mystically connected to Kalah, in English bride, symbolizing the spiritual marriage of divine forces that culminates in the arrival of Shabbat. The term all their hosts refers to the spiritual forces, angels, soul roots, and cosmic intelligences that now stand in ordered readiness, forming a celestial army of harmony. This marks the point when the divine plan is fully embodied and the world becomes a sanctuary for the indwelling presence of the divine. In this verse, the Zohar also finds a parallel to the human soul, which is born in layers, structured like creation, and destined to be a temple for divine light. As creation was completed to receive Shabbat, so too the soul must prepare itself to receive inner rest, union, and divine presence. This verse is not merely a conclusion, it is the activation of purpose. Creation is no longer potential, it is ready for relationship, for intimacy with the divine, and for the holy day of spiritual return. That's it for today. Thank you very much for your donation. Be blessed, everyone, and I will see you on the next episode.